Hello, I want to welcome you to the Usana family. I want to welcome you to the Team DSI family. And I want to thank you for your trust in the person who introduced you to Usana. They clearly have your best interests in mind because they just plugged you into our team system that is a proven method for the long-term success of your Usana business. My name is Jared Krebs. I'm pictured here with my wife, Crystal, and our dog, Tasia. We live in San Antonio, Texas. And we are executive Ruby directors in Usana. We are co-founders of Team DSI, which stands for Duplicate Success International, as that is the key to multiplying your efforts and making the biggest difference in this world. We've been with Usana for over 10 years. The executive Ruby status is a six-figure income, and we've been able to do that because of the systems and strategies we are about to share with you in this video. Honestly, it's all about having fun, keeping it simple, and helping people. So let's get you started right. So first things first, print your fast track manual found at this link right here, fasttrack.teamdsi.info. You see there, actually there's several copies printed there. Have it stapled. Double-sided is the best because it's a 10-page document if it's double-sided. But you need to have this printed and ready to go as you follow along on this video. Now, first things first, pay attention. I want to encourage you to not multitask right now. Take notes, fill out the manual as the video goes by. Take a moment to close all other windows on your computer and focus. I know what it's like when you're online. There's another video that might pop up or some notification from Facebook. Please close all the other browsers and just focus on this video. I promise you it's going to pay off big time for you to master these concepts and serve people. And it's best to have this video playing on a separate device, on maybe your phone or tablet, while you set everything up on your computer. But that would be ideal, to have two devices going and have your fast track manual printed, because this is a very interactive training. And basically, the next thing about this is I want to ask you to please keep these documents private. You may be asking why. Well, during your time in Usana, you're going to meet associates from different teams. Team DSI is one of many. Each team has leaders with their own systems. And out of respect, we don't want to confuse other teams, and our job is not to train other teams. Our job is to focus on you. So please keep your Team DSI Fast Track Manual private. Let's stay focused on you, your clients, and associates getting results. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to walk you through each page, starting with the cover page. And we're going to zoom in here, and you see at the bottom has your name and ID number. So go ahead and put your name and your Usana ID number, which should have been emailed to you from the company. And your password should be Usana123 with a capital U. That's what we teach our team members to set you up with, and then later you can change your password. You also should be setting the meeting up with your sponsor, the fast track setup meeting, within 24 to 48 hours ideally. So the goal is for you to get through this video, do your part, which is actually called the Do Your Part checklist, and then meet with your sponsor for your fast track setup within 1 to 2 days. So let's go ahead and go right to page 2, and we're going to go step by step. All right, so to zoom in at the very top of page 2, you're going to see step 1 here, and it's what you're doing. Watch the fast track video and complete page 6, the Do Your Part checklist, within 24 to 48 hours. Now, we're going to go through that checklist in detail later on in this video, but I just want to say the better you complete the Do Your Part checklist, the more time you will save when you meet with your sponsor. This video will explain, and it's coming up, but that's really how we know how serious you are, is by how well you complete that. All right, now number 2 is the 2-hour meeting with your sponsor to complete your fast track setup. Now, this 2-hour meeting can happen all at once or in 2 separate meetings, depending on your schedule. We realize you don't always have a 2-hour block, but I can guarantee you, you will need all 2 hours, because not only will you be setting yourself up, but you will also be launching your business. So please plan accordingly. Number 3 is host a Usana mixer and or present with online videos within 3 to 5 days. Now, regular Usana mixers are proven to be the fastest and easiest way to generate your first clients and checks, actually, I will say. Now, presenting with online videos can be done daily and also create solid results. So they work together. I'm always doing a mixer maybe once a week or every other week, and then also doing online videos pretty much every single day. And we will get through all that. But I just want to remind you that what you do duplicates. the good and the bad, unfortunately. So what we want to do is duplicate great habits from the beginning, and that is the best thing you can do is take action within your first 3 to 5 days, help your first clients and associates get started, and earn your first paycheck. Now, I just want to ask you a question. What would happen if every associate on your team hosted a Usana mixer and also presented with online videos in their first 3 to 5 days? Well, you know the answer. They'd be attracting clients and associates faster, both local and long distance. They would be generating paychecks faster, and this culture and habit would duplicate in your entire organization. So again, I want to encourage you to take action immediately. You are going to have your sponsor's full support, and that's very clear to your sponsor. That's how we provide this training and support for you. And have fun with it. Oh my gosh, this is actually the funnest thing is catching up with people, building great relationships. The relationships I have with my Usana team and my Usana sponsor, I mean, my sponsor was actually the best man at my wedding. So that's what I think of my sponsor. The first 3 steps can be such a blast, really help others and help make you money at the same time. All right, so now let's get personal for a moment. Why are you doing Usana? Now, you know, at the beginning for me, it was more about making an income and like survival. I was a guitar teacher. I didn't want to be poor the rest of my life. But now that I've more established, I would say it's still to I guess provide for my family, but also it's a line of work that I love. I love helping people. I love seeing lives being changed, and I'm congruent with this. So please take a moment and write it here. Why are you doing Usana? And just from a gut check, you know, just whatever comes to your mind, write why you are doing Usana. Please pause the video for a moment and write it down. Your sponsor wants to know why you are doing Usana. Okay, the next part is the 4 pillars of belief. Now, all human behavior is belief driven. So I want you to just take a moment and just gut check on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 as the highest. What is your belief in the products? Whatever number comes to your mind, just write it in the box. What about in the company Usana, the corporate staff, everything about Usana as a company? Where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? What about the profession of network marketing? Just on a gut check, where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? And then also in yourself, what's your belief in yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? So go ahead and just write those numbers down. Whatever comes to your mind, it's okay. It really is. And the thing I just want to say is when you are solid in all 4 of these pillars, you are unstoppable. Nothing can stop you. You are going to serve thousands of people. You are going to make a lot of money, have a lot of fun. And it's the best when you're strong on all 4. So what I want to encourage you to do is focus on events, books, and audios that strengthen your belief in the weakest areas. Wherever you're weakest, focus on your study and events for that. And this is a process. So it's not an overnight thing to get strong on all 4, but make sure you are focused your personal development there. All right. So now moving on to on page 2, we're going to talk about leadership levels. There's 3 phases to being a Usana associate. And you see there the first 3 levels are listed: sharer, believer, and builder. And you see it says 50 CVP, 100 CVP, and 200 CVP. CVP stands for commission volume points. And in the United States, that's US dollars. And if you're watching this video and you're in a different country, then that would be on the currency, US currency exchange rates. Okay, but basically what it means is a sharer made $50 in one week's time, or a believer made $100 in 1 week's time frame, or a builder made $200 in 1 week's time frame. We want you to get to the top of phase 1 within 30 days. This would be a good goal. Sometimes people say, Jared, what would be a good way for me to start? And I always tell them, get through phase 1 in your first 30 days. That's definitely a great goal. And then get solid. Do that every week. Now, phase 2 is more when you're an expert. Phase 2 is now you can help others because you have some skill. When you make that first $400 paycheck in 1 week, I mean, that's more than most part-time jobs. And then as you go on through the levels of phase 2, $600, $800, $1,000 in 1 week's time frame. Yeah, you're definitely well respected. You're doing great. You're helping lots of people. So we want you to make a goal to get to phase 2 within 90 days. 90 Days to Achiever is what they call it. It's actually a program. And when you get to that achiever status, you are recognized in the company as a leader. And now you can be an expert for others. So, of course, $400, that's the first time. But then when you get solid and you're doing it every week, you're going to go through all the phases on phase 2. And then the last phase is phase 3. Now, phase 3 gets you to a full-time status. In fact, even the end of phase 2 can be a full-time income. But phase 3, Gold Director, Ruby Director, Emerald, and Diamond. This is CVP for 4 consecutive weeks in a row. So we're talking, into the 6 and multiple 6 figures here and beyond. Now, I would say a great goal is to become a Gold Director in 1 year and to get to phase 3 in 1 year. And that's $1,000 a week plus. Me personally, I actually did it in 15 months. So it was actually kind of close to that. But these are aggressive goals, but go for it. Just focus. Now, the main thing I want you to keep in mind about this, don't get stressed out. At the end of the day, it's simple. Just focus on helping others. Literally, it will take care of itself. But those would be some good goals to set and go for. Now, what helps others? It's called income producing activities. I recommend you do 10 to 15 hours a week of income producing activities. That's really what's going to get you where you want to go. What are those things? It's presenting online with videos and 3-way calls, hosting Usana mixers, and follow-up enrolling new people and getting them started. Those are the 3 categories that help others, and there's nothing else. Clicking on social media is not an IPA. Doing paperwork, doing emails, that's not IPAs. Organizing your desk, organizing your office, trying to get organized, that does nothing for you. No IPAs. Just these 3 things. Please focus your 10 to 15 hours a week. Outside of that, go ahead and do all the emails and organizing you want. But please, that's really crucial that you do those 3 activities during your business time. And now, the next part of the Fast Track Manual is a bonus. And there's a bonus that you get for taking action quickly. And you see the box there. I have watched the video at platinum.teamdsi.info and I understand the bonus. Now, when you click on that link, it's going to take you to this YouTube video that explains the lifetime matching bonus. And it explains it in 4 minutes. So I'm not going to take 4 minutes and explain it, but I want you to understand it and know when your deadline is. It's 56 days from the day you enrolled. So it's exactly 8 weeks from the day you enrolled. Now, this lifetime matching bonus is great. About 10% of associates make it to this bonus. So it's not the end of the world if you don't, but hey, let's go for it. Let's see what happens. It's a really cool bonus. Okay, so when you've watched the video, you can check the box and we can move on. All right, so the first week of business, we're going to go through this checklist, and I'm hoping that you're able to have your computer going while you're watching this video so you can click through it while I walk you through it. But I'm going to go kind of fast, and I just want to make this very simple. All right, so first thing is add to your cell phone the Usana home office number, 954-7200. Save the your Usana ID number and password in your phone. If you need to pause this video, go ahead and do it. But you're going to need your ID number every time you call Usana. They ask you for it. Of course, every time you log in, you need your password. So when you've done that, you can go ahead and check the box. And then I would like you to review the raystrand.com website. Now, you may have seen this before, but if you haven't, we're going to go there. Now, when you go to the raystrand.com website, you're going to see this banner at the top. That's Dr. Ray Strand. And then I would like you to enter the username, which is enjoy, and then the password is Usana, all lowercase. And then once you log in, then you're going to get this page, and it says your login was successful. Then click on the continue button. When you click on that, it takes you to this main page. Now you're inside this website. Now, what I'd like you to do is click on specific recommendations because that's where all the information is. And Dr. Strand, Usana is not a cure. But Dr. Strand gave nutritional supplements to all of his patients, and he outlines exactly what happened and the recommendations for each one. So this is a very great resource for all your prospects, for them to know and what's would be the best supplements for them. Okay, but Usana is not a cure, so please don't think that. We're not saying that at all. But this website is a great resource, and it's what I saw when I first started Usana. So once you have visited that, then you can go ahead and X the boxes and to say that you've been there. Again, the better you go through this list, the more time you're going to save when you meet with your sponsor. All right, so next is to complete the favorite things form. So the favorite things form is this form right here. And we want to know your favorite things because we want to buy you gifts. When you have an achievement, we want to get you something from this list. And that's something that's just a great way to create a team culture. We do this with our clients and our associates. So please take a moment, go to page 19, fill it out, detach it, give it to your sponsor because they're going to file it. And then whenever you have some type of achievement in your business, they're going to know the best things to get you. Okay, the next is to get the Usana app on your phone. So search for Usana Hub and install. And when you do that, you're going to see this right here, and you just download it. It's called Usana Mobile Hub. And you can check your volumes, you can make orders, you can do everything, almost everything through your phone. So once you've installed that app, then we can move on to the next slide. I guess you'll need to hit pause a lot here, but all right, let's move on. Okay. Next is to go to usana.com and then locate the following items. So I'm going to show you where they're at, and here we go. So the first thing when you log into usana.com, you have to click on login. So go to usana.com, click on the login button. Then you're going to see this page. Go ahead and pop in your ID number. It should be a 7 or 8 digit number. And then go ahead and put the password. And again, it should be Usana123. And then go ahead and log in. Now, if you have any problems, if the password's not working, click on Forgot Your Password, and they will send you a password reset email. But let's say that you get in. So now you're in. This is what your back office looks like. This is the hub, is what they call it. First thing I'd like you to do is click on Shop and Orders. When you do that, you're going to see a sidebar pop out. And when that sidebar pops out, I would like you to click on My Auto Order. This is the most important. This is the lifeblood of your business. This is what keeps you commission eligible every 4 weeks. So when you click on My Auto Order, you're going to see the auto order management page. Now, this is actually the page of one of our top associates, Krista. And she, well, actually, I'm just showing you an example. If you scroll down, once you see this, you'll see it'll say welcome and it'll be your name. Scroll down and you see the order. Now, on this order, there's a few things I want to point out. The first one is on the bottom right. You see it says the total volume is 204. To keep your business at the highest pay level, you need to have at least a 200-point auto order. Now, you can do a 100-point auto order and still stay active, but really to maximize your pay, 200 is really the best way to go. And we'll talk more about that. But then do you see underneath that, it says auto order discount is $27.53. The auto order gives you a 10% discount on whatever products you choose. So, I mean, that's like a free bag of shakes for Krista in a way. I mean, that's a nice discount. And by the way, you get that forever as long as you use the auto order function. Okay, so that's the first thing to make sure is that you have a 200-point auto order. You'll see that discount. It always reflects. The next thing to understand is on the left. You see this box here on the left, initial order reward. It says here for Krista, she may have an initial order reward of up to $12.67 on her next auto order. Where did that come from? Well, where it came from is that's 5% of what her initial order was when she started her business. So it's like a discount for using the auto order. So at the end of the day, on to the right here, instead of being charged $274, when she gets charged, it'll actually be $262. They will subtract that $12.67, and so it will actually be less than what's displayed there. All right, so you will get the initial order reward on your first 2 auto orders. So make sure that you have that. Now that's if you did not get a discounted enrollment pack. If you got that, then you do not get initial order reward because that was you got a discounted enrollment pack. All right, so if that's confusing, ask your sponsor and they will clarify that. Let's move on. The next thing I want you to look for is here in the middle. You see Income Maximizer Business Accelerator Suite. That is your back office to manage your clients and associates. That's a software and it's online and it's $20 a month. And it is absolutely vital that you have that. Now, do you see here, Krista has a 100% discount. You get that for free for your first 2 auto orders, no matter who you are, as long as you have an auto order set of 100 or more volume points, you will get that 100% discount. Now, if you started your business with a 250-point order, you'll get that 100% discount for your first 7 auto orders, first half of the year. If you started with a 400 or 500-point order, you will get that 100% discount for your first 12 auto orders. The entire year, you will not have to pay that $19.95. But I assure you, it is completely vital to your business to have that and to manage your client base that way. Last thing about your auto order to understand is up there, the processing date. Now, whatever the processing date says for you, it's going to be the 4th Sunday from whenever you enrolled. So in Krista's case, that's May 1st. That's a Sunday. Now, we'll explain that in the next slide, but basically, every time you make your auto order, you are commission eligible for 4 weekly paychecks. So 4 weeks go by, and you make as much money as you can in each of those 4 weeks, and then your auto order happens again on a Sunday, and you're commission eligible for 4 more paychecks, and then your auto order happens again on a Sunday, and it just goes like that. Now, the thing is, you should be running out of products every 4 weeks as well if you're taking the products twice a day. So it's beautiful because you're getting your health, you're getting your products you need for your health, and you're staying commission eligible. So at the bottom of page 2, please, well, actually, it's not the bottom, but it's right there almost toward the bottom. You see where it says auto order. Do whatever it takes to stay on 200-point auto order. This will increase your earning potential by keeping all business centers active. You will get more products, receive an additional 10% discount, and benefit from initial order reward. If necessary, share a part of your auto order with family and or friends to alleviate some of the cost in the beginning. Okay, I have a friend, actually, she's a colleague. She's 21 years old, and she splits her auto order. In fact, she has family member give her cash, and then she buys half and the family member buys half. So you can do that. Now, please fill this out. You see there towards the bottom, I have chosen my products and it's all set up. My first auto order is set for Sunday, in this case, May 1st, but write your Sunday right there. I have until Friday at midnight Mountain Time on April 29th. So you have till 2 days before to save changes, make changes. Okay, and then also put in the initial order reward I will receive is $12.67 on my first and second auto orders. You'll get that initial order reward twice. So please fill that part out. If you want to change the products on your auto order, click Change Auto Order, which you see right there in the green. And then you can choose the products. But just again, to remind you, make sure you have that 200 volume to stay commission eligible at the top level, okay? And that's basically it. That's the main things to understand about auto order. This is being in Usana is about a lifestyle. It's about being healthy, being a healthy example, and just doing it every 4 weeks. Your goal is to earn enough money that this is paid for, and way beyond that. So now please scroll down. I know you're still on the auto order management page. Scroll down to the bottom and click on Go to the Hub. That's going to take you back home. All right, so click on Go to the Hub. Now when you go there, you're going to see this page again. You're going to be back home. And then I would like you to click on Shop and Orders one more time, and the sidebar will pop out. Now, you do not have to click on this, but I just want to explain. Shop All Products is for one-time orders. Let's say you don't want to wait until 4 weeks out. You want to order something right now and you want it to ship tomorrow. You can go to Shop All Products, you can order it, and actually that order, you can be paid on that in your sales volume in your organization. So that's a really cool thing for your extra orders beyond your 200-point auto order. And then the other one is My Orders. You don't have to click there, but you can if you want, but it's your order history. So you can actually see everything you've ordered in the last 90 days or year or 18 months or whatever. So that's a great way for tracking as well if you're wondering where your box is, things like that. All right, let's move on. So now you get to check the boxes. If you did all that, go ahead and check the boxes. You know how the shopping function works in your business, and you're being trained. Now let's move on to the next section, which is the My Business section. And this is going to be, again, very simple and quick. And so I would like you to please click on My Business right there on the left. And when you click on My Business, you're going to see the sidebar pop out. And then when that pops out, please click on Team Manager. All right, so Team Manager. Then when you do that, you're going to see this sidebar. It pops out there. You see it says Select a Report from the left panel to view. All right, when you do that, slide your mouse to the right. When you slide your mouse to the right, the toolbar disappears, and there's this white bar that appears, and you click on Volume Report. So just click on the Volume Report right there. Once you do that, this is what you'll see. Now, your Volume Report tells you the volume of Usana products that are being ordered in your business. It tells you the volume for the current week, the volume that's carried over from previous weeks, the total volume, and it also tells you your paycheck. And that's right here, estimated CVP. Again, commission volume points equals dollars. So this person has a $240 paycheck for this week period ending Friday. That's a great phase 2 associate. That's someone who's headed to phase 1. That's someone who's headed to phase 2. I mean, that's probably what close to $1,000 a month right there, if they're doing that every week. But so that's where you find out your paycheck. Now, if this is definitely confusing right now, so just your sponsor will explain this. There's actually a video we're going to recommend you watch in the Do Your Part checklist that explains it in depth. Okay, so we'll get there, but let's move on right now. Keep things simple. Next, I would like you to click on Tree. You see that button that says Tree? When you click on that Tree button, here's what you'll see. You'll actually see your tree, and you'll see your business centers, and you'll see how the volume points travel up. Okay, again, if this is confusing, don't worry about it, but this is another important report that you'll be using over time. Okay, so now let's move on. Now click on My Business again. When you click on My Business again, it takes you back, and then the sidebar pops out, and then please click on Initial Order Reward Report. You see it right there? Click on that. When you click on that, then you have this page will pop up. Now, it's going to display your name. It displays the date you enrolled, and your initial order reward right there. In Anselmo's case, that's $17.90, and then the deadline. And the deadline again is 4 weeks out from the enrollment. So in this case, Friday number 4 for Anselmo is July 17th. So this information, I mean, you already know what yours is, but this area will display the reward info for all of your personally sponsored clients and associates. What I'm trying to say is that when you help somebody start in Usana, you need to know their discount. So you come here and you'll actually be able to see their name and their date issued and their discount, and you'll be able to tell them, hey, you have a discount coming up if you set your auto order up by this time. So just make sure you know where to come, and you come over here and you can find all this information. All right, so moving on. Now click on My Business again, and when you do that, the sidebar is going to pop out, and then click on My Website. Now, when you click on My Website, this is just a quick setup. Your sponsor will help you with this if you're not comfortable, but I just want to show you how simple it can be. So the first thing is when you click on My Websites, you're going to see this page pop up. Now you see that that pretty lady right there. She's in everybody's website. So you click on her picture, and then you can upload your picture, and then go ahead and put your name there. I like to delete the whole welcome to Usana where we manufacture. I delete that whole paragraph. I don't put anything but just my picture and my name. But then after that, you got your picture there. The next thing is you click on the edit button, which is right there on the left. When you do that, this pop-up will show, and it tells you your website's name. So currently your website is named the ID number.usana.com. If you want to change it, you go ahead and go to this spot here where it says subdomain, type in like your first name, last name, .usana.com. So that's how you do it. Just put your name and then hit update, and that will save your website. So it's not the ID number anymore. Okay, so again, if any of this is confusing to you, don't worry. Your sponsor can help you set this up, or your upline mentor can help you set this up. But regardless, you got to have it done. Get your picture up there, and that's it. Okay, so, and we don't use our website all the time for enrollment, but it is nice to have. So we'll talk more about how that works as we go through. So now you've done all this stuff, right? So go ahead and check the box. You might need to hit pause and go do all this. But again, check the boxes when you got them done so you know what's going on for your business volume areas. All right, now we're going to go through some last quick parts of the website. All right, so these are what we'll do next, starting with the Enroll button. So go back to the hub and click on the Enroll button. And when you do that, it's going to take you to this page. This is how you create new accounts for your associates and your clients. You see right there, you have to choose if you want to create a distributor associate account or a preferred customer account. So choose which one, and then hit online enrollment, and you can just go ahead and help somebody start with their business. So again, your sponsor will be helping you with all this stuff later, but we just want you to know where it's at. Now please hit the back arrow on your web browser. When you hit the back arrow, it'll take you back home to the hub. Next, please click on training. So training is obviously, there's actually only one thing I want you to click on here. So when this sidebar pops out, all this can be very confusing, and I just want to tell you right now, you do not need to go through all this details. This video that we've created for you in this manual we have, that's all you need, trust me. We want to keep things simple. But the one thing I want you to know about right here is Ask the Scientists. When you click on Ask the Scientists, you're going to see it's going to actually pop up in a brand new window or a new tab. And you'll see this page here, Ask the Scientists. If you have any product-related question, like you might be wondering, well, what type of fish oil is in the Biomega, or what is soy lecithin, or if you have some question, you can actually ask the people who have formulated Usana's products, and they will get back to you within 3 business days. But they've also archived every question that has ever been asked over the last 20 years. So odds are your question has been asked and you can find it. But if you don't find the answer, you can always email the scientist, and they do respond back to you within 3 business days. All right, so now go back to the hub. You might be in a pop-up window or in a new tab right now, but you got to go back to the hub. Once you get back to the hub, we're going to set up your EFT so you can get your paychecks direct deposited. Please look on the top right. You see there's that little shadowy profile right there. Click on that. That's your profile manager. When you do, this little sidebar will pop out. Now, when you click on, when you see the sidebar, click on Profile Manager on the right. Now, Profile Manager, obviously, that's going to take you to this right here, your profile. Now, click on the Continue button, and when you do, then the shadow will back away, and you click on Business Settings. Okay, when you click on Business Settings, it's going to actually take you to this page, and then click on Manage EFT Accounts. Do you see on the right there, Manage EFT Accounts? And that's where you can set up your direct deposit. Okay, so it's very simple, and make sure that you do that because we want to have your paychecks direct deposited. Usana sends out the paycheck a week after the period is closed. So let's say you make a $200 check by Friday, your check would be direct deposited the next Friday at 6 a.m. Okay, so that's how it works. If you don't have it set up, then they will mail it out via snail mail a week later. And of course, that means you're waiting like 2 weeks to get your check. So definitely get your EFT set up. All right, so lastly on the to-do list here is the Team DSI. Plug into our team. Now we have a text message system that is very important. So please pause the video, take a moment and text at Team DSI to 81010 and wait for the confirmation text back. You should get it within probably 15 seconds. Now once you get that confirmation text back, please respond with your full name. All right, and once you've done that, then you're going to be subscribed to our text messages. And then please take a moment and register for our Monday webinars at this link here, webinar.teamdsi.info. Now, when you go to that web page, you'll see this pop up. And then just put in your first name, last name, and email address and complete the registration. Our webinars are a blast. And I just want to tell you, or maybe give you some advice. I can't tell you because you are your own boss, but I can say that committing to these Monday evening webinars literally is the most important key to your skill development. Now we understand if the kids have a soccer game on a certain Monday, or if you can't, if you have to miss it for whatever reason, we do record these and archive these. But as a habit, again, what you do duplicates. So if you're on these webinars taking notes and you're focused, your team is going to do the same. So please commit to them. They're every Monday, 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain. We actually have special guests. We had 9-star Diamond Director Jeremy Stansfield come on and share tips. We've actually had several $1 Million Club members, 6-figure earners, single moms, people who were former waiters. All types of different corporate America professionals that are guests on our webinars. You learn from the best of the best. We have team recognition. They're a blast. Okay, so that's one of the main things I can encourage you to do. Every Monday, be on the webinar. And your sponsor must add you to our Facebook group. So hopefully you've been added already, but if you haven't, make sure to ask your sponsor. Be active in our Team DSI private Facebook group, our Usana clients private Facebook group, and Hybrid Solutions. That's not private to our team. That's actually all the Usana associates. It's open to everyone, but that's a great resource as well. And here's what the pages look like. They're private groups, but this is for your clients only. So when you enroll a client, you add them to the group, you make a welcome post, you put their picture in there, and it's all private. But they meet clients in our team. And then when you have someone that starts with a business, you add them to Team DSI. So of course you add both people to Usana clients, but any client can also get on Team DSI to see if they're curious how business is done. All right. Whew, we made it. Stick with me, guys. I know it's been a few minutes already, and we're getting to the good stuff right now. So if you need to stretch or just focus, because now we're getting in to how the money is made, and it's very simple. It's called DMO, Daily Method of Operation. Okay, so if you do these three things, you're going to be successful. Number one, use all three Usana product lines every day. I use the shakes for breakfast. I have my vitamins. I use the skincare. I use the Rev3 energy drinks. I use all three main Usana product lines. Be a product of the product. Okay, that's number one. Number two is do the 2-2-1 method. And that's 2 new prospecting conversations a day, 2 follow-ups, and 1 call to an existing team member. If you have if you're able to work your Usana business 1 hour a day, this is what you do. You do your 2-2-1. Get 2 videos out, 2 follow-up calls, and 1 call to an existing team member. You do that, and you're 5 days a week, and you stay consistent 52 weeks out of the year, you will have a huge business. Okay, and then number 3, spend 15 minutes on personal development. This is non-negotiable. You have to be disciplined and study at least 15 minutes or more. Now, me personally, I like to read for 15 minutes. I'll put on my timer for 15 minutes and I will read. And sometimes I have to force myself to read, but I know that is one of the reasons why I got to a 6-figure income is because I read. And you might be watching this and saying, Jared, I hate to read. Well, I'm really sorry, but that's one of the skills that is very, very important. So I really want to encourage you to be teachable and to really focus and be disciplined on that. Now, also, I listen to audios. When I'm driving, I listen to audios, and I'm always working on my skill sets to become a better Usana associate, to become a better business person, to become a better leader. So 15 minutes minimum. Our best people are doing an hour. They're doing their reading and they're doing their audios and attending events, etc. But I can tell you that if you do these 3 things every day, you will be successful if you stay consistent. So that is the DMO. And we are done with page 2. So now we're going to go into the specific strategies of how you help people and how you make money and have fun doing this. Okay, so on to page 3. Here we are, and we're going to fly through this, okay? So you don't have to take a ton of notes. Just check the boxes as we go. But let's go ahead and zoom in. There's 7 steps to becoming a network marketing professional. And this is a book by Eric Worre. It's called GoPro. And these are the first 4. Finding prospects, inviting, presenting, and following up. If you can master these 7 skills, 5, 6, and 7, help your prospects become customers or associates. Help your new team members get started right, which is what you're doing right now. And 7 is promoting events. Literally, there are 7 skills, just like becoming a master musician or a master at any type of craft in any industry. There's certain things you need to learn how to do. Well, in our line of work, if you master these 7 skills, the sky is the limit. You can determine your income. You can create freedom with your Usana business. So it's the best thing to be studying in your DMO. So I highly recommend you buy this book like immediately, like today. As soon as we're done, go online and just go to networkmarketing.pro.com/GoPro. It's only $12. I mean, total bargain. But this book really is the best thing you can read. It's by Eric Worre, who's made over $15 million in this industry. So I think he's somebody who knows what he's talking about for sure. And there's an audio as well, so you can listen while you're driving and do your 15 minutes a day of reading as well. Okay, so let's talk about each skill. And that's how we're going to finish, by the way, is go through each of the skills and then give you your do your part checklist. So skill number 1 is finding prospects. So step 1 of this is get a master notebook. You're going to be adding to your list daily. And this is I just use a composition book, but some people like to have a really nice notebook, but get it. and start filling it out. So that's the first thing. Get your master notebook. Make sure you meet with your sponsor and you bring your master notebook. And not only that, when you make your list, which we're about to guide you through, do not prejudge. Give everyone the chance and let them decide for themselves. We are just practicing with your family and friends. We're not trying to sell. Just have fun and catch up with them, okay? And I'm serious, whether they do anything or not, we're practicing. So just enjoy learning the process and practicing with those that you love. Okay, we'll teach you how to work with the public later, but you're completely practicing with your friends and family. Now, you might be saying, well, geez, Jared, I don't know that many people. Well, actually, yes, you do. Average person knows over 2,000 people by the time they're 18 years old. I know many of you watching this may be a little older than 18, so you might know even more people. And remember, this is a skill, so you actually have to spend time developing your list. Okay, so this is the acronym we use. Just follow the FRIENDS acronym. Go, write down everyone in your phone, friends and family. Write them, handwrite it in your list. Records, go through your business cards, your files. Industries that you've been in. E-marketing would be like your Facebook friends. Networking, which is meeting new people. Directories like your family reunions, church directories, and then people with your same name. You'd be surprised. That's a great way to remember people's name, or to remember new people to contact. Now, what we would like you to do, and this is part of the Do Your Part checklist, is to handwrite a list of 100 names minimum. Remember, the bigger your list, the more people you're going to help, the more fun you're going to have, and the more money you're going to make. Your life will be a lot easier if you get it to 200 or 300. Because again, we're just practicing and having fun. Again, please do not make the decision for them. You might be thinking, oh, that person's too successful. They wouldn't want to make any money. We're going to do a specific approach and practice on them. You might think, oh, that person's already too healthy, or they would never want Usana. If you think that, write their name down. Any type of objection, just write their name down. Trust me, you will change lives. Okay, and it's gonna work. Identify the top 20 most influential on the list. This is another one. Sometimes people are like, oh, I don't want to call that person. They're way too successful. But I just want you to think about those 20. If they watched this video, the 12-minute video we use, and they decided they wanted Usana, would they be more successful at it than even you would be? That's who you want to contact first. That's called sponsoring up. So please do your part and just put a star by the top 20, because you're going to practice and have your mentor support with them first. Okay, no pressure, just fun. Trust me, you're not going to make a call without being protected by your safety net, which is your sponsor or your upline mentor. Okay, so again, you will be taken care of, but please do your part. Now, let's move on to skill number 2 and 3, inviting and presenting. Okay, so on this skill, it's all about mindset. I want you to keep in mind that you must emotionally detach yourself from the outcome. Just like if a waiter or waitress asks you if you want coffee and you say, no, I don't want coffee, does the waiter or waitress go home and cry or be like, oh, they didn't want coffee? They're not all emotional. It's not personal. You just don't want coffee. It's not personal. So that's how you need to take rejection. If somebody watches a video and they just don't like it, don't take it personally. Just move on. Emotionally detach yourself, just like a waiter or waitress would if you said no to having coffee. Okay, number 2, be yourself. You do not have to be me. Please don't even try. Just be you. Being you is the best thing you can be, and it will shine through. You do not have to be anyone but yourself. Number 3, your enthusiasm will become contagious. Be excited about this. This is a gift. And have strong posture. I think that's the main thing to really that I always keep in mind, is that Usana is a precious gem or diamond. It is like the gift of health, the gift of great relationships, the gift of making more money, making a great income. It's like, here's how I think about it. My prospects are lucky I'm calling them. They're actually lucky they get to watch the video because Usana is that awesome. So please keep that in mind. You're doing them a favor. That's very crucial to think about. Okay, now strategy. Here's a strategy. It's basically, how do they call this? There's basically, I'll just explain it. You and your prospect on to the right, you guys have trust. They know you, your prospect, your friend, family member, they trust you. Okay, but you're not a credible Usana expert in their eyes. You don't have Usana expert credibility. So what you got to do is edify your expert, your Usana sponsor, your upline mentor. You need to edify that individual, and that means build them up. And when you do that, your prospect will look at them with credibility. So credibility is key, that your prospect is looking at this with like, wow, this is really awesome. And you have that combination of trust, edification, and credibility. That is for the fastest results. Now, I want to just say here, and it's written in the manual right there, use your phase 2 or 3 expert to build credibility. Remember, your prospects trust you, but they don't respect you as a Usana expert. Rely heavily on your expert to grow your business to phase 2. Okay, now presenting options. Here's your presenting options. Choose 1 or 2 below to start with, but seek to master all 3 of these over time. Presenting with online videos and easy to follow scripts, Usana Mixer with easy to follow videos and forms, and Facebook Online Party with easy to follow posts. These are your 3 options of presenting. All right, so the first one we're going to talk about, online videos and easy to follow scripts. This is great for daily results. Every single day I'm getting 2 videos out, and that's just minimum. Obviously, I'm a full-time associate, so I do more. But part-time, 2 videos a day brings freedom your way. Okay, so all you do is simply print out and follow the PDF script found at this link here, warm.teamdsi.info. Text your first several prospects while your sponsor watches and supports. Okay, next is use this strategy to invite 2 new people daily and develop your 2-2-1 DMO from home. Again, 2 a day brings freedom your way. There's the method, and then of course 2 follow-up calls and 1 call to an existing associate. That is your DMO. And when you go to the link there, you're going to see this document, and it's an 8-page document currently. So you just print it out. You can always just pull it up online and follow along as well. But this is the exact things to follow to properly invite to where they actually really want to watch the video. It's amazing how great certain scripts are that we have time tested. All right, so you're going to need that, so make sure you bookmark that website. Next is a Usana Mixer with easy-to-follow videos and forms. Okay, so this is great for weekly results. Usana Mixers increase exposure rates dramatically. This is the fastest way to create multiple new clients and associates all at once. Combine a weekly or every other week mixer with daily presenting of online videos. So that's it. I host a mixer like once a week, or maybe once every other week, and I do online videos the rest of the time, and that's the best combination. That'll get you to phase 2 and phase 3 if you stay consistent. Okay, now for directions on how to have a successful Usana Mixer, see page 4 of the manual. Now, we're not going to read all that together out of time, but I want you to read this with your sponsor. In fact, that's part of your setup, of your fast track setup with your sponsors, for you to read this with them. There's 5 steps to hosting your Usana Mixers and making them very successful. Okay, so let's move on now to the Facebook Online Party. This is a new way that we do it that works amazing. Now, it's good for adding fuel to the fire. I will say that Facebook Online Parties, this should not be your #1 way of building. This is more just a supplemental add fuel to the fire type of thing. Now, through the use of online Facebook parties, you and your sponsor will introduce Usana to a private guest list through a series of informative posts. Over the course of 5 days, the company, products, and opportunity are explained with detailed information and lively interactive discussion leading to new clients and associates. Visit facebook.teamdsi.info and follow the directions to set it up. Now, when you set it up, here's what it looks like. I'm currently hosting a party with Luis and Laura Sanchez, and you see there on the bottom right, we have 29 people going. They invited 253. We have 3 that are maybes. We're posting informative Usana posts for 5 days. We're giving away free Rev3 stick packs, and we're having like all kinds of interactive stuff going on. So again, that document, facebook.teamdsi.info, will explain to you, and your sponsor will help you and be your host actually on your online parties. All right, now we're going to move on to skill 4 and 5. This is follow up and close. These are a bunch of bullet points. Just let them go right. Just listen to them and let them kind of just go right into your brain. You don't have to write it down, but just understand these things. The keys to follow up. It takes an average of 4 to 6 exposures for a person to join. Okay, so don't get discouraged if they don't enroll right away. For faster enrollments, compress the exposures into a smaller time frame. If your prospect does not enroll at first, read them the follow-up appointment script on page 9 to set the next exposure and the exact follow-up time. That page 9 follow-up script, I use it every single day. Okay, sometimes prospects just need a little space to look at their budget. Make sure you call them back at the follow-up time scheduled. That's really important, is integrity. If you say you're going to call them at Friday at 1 p.m., you better call them at Friday at 1 p.m. because if you do, they're going to take you serious. They're going to say, wow, this person is great. I want to work with this person. I want to be this person's client. I also usually text them 30 minutes in advance, like, hey, I'll be calling at 1 o'clock. Okay, next, you might be saying, well, what is an exposure? What counts as an exposure? Okay, certain YouTube videos that explain Usana. So follow the scripts, again, at that link there, the warm.teamdsi.info, and that will help you introduce the videos properly. There is a right way and a wrong way. And I'm talking about results, okay? There's no right or wrong in this world, right? Well, maybe there is. There definitely is, but you understand what I'm saying. Follow the scripts that get results. Okay. Share your Usana 30-second story. That's an exposure. How about having your sponsor share their 30-second story? That's an exposure. How about them attending a Usana mixer where they hear several stories at once? That's multiple exposures. How about them trying some shakes, the protein snacks, or other products at a Usana mixer? That's an exposure. Having them attend a Facebook party and seeing multiple posts of stories and videos over 5 days. That's multiple exposures. How about reviewing the videos at the videolist.teamdsi.info and scheduled follow-up time? That's multiple exposures. Okay, so that is what you want to do, is get multiple exposures. The keys to closing, here they are, very simple. Assume your prospect truly does want Usana in some way as a client or associate, because who doesn't want better health, income, or tax savings? You want to assume that they want this. Next, have faith. When you ask those final questions on page 7, that your tone is important. Your tone is important. Ask with confidence. Again, that's going back to the warm.teamdsi.info scripting. If you're hosting a Usana mixer, you ask those same final questions on page 2 of the closing form. Okay, again, it's all about confidence. Now, lastly, Phase 2 and 3 associates have more posture in their Usana business. They should present via 3-way call or in person while you ask the final questions. They are your safety net while you learn posture. Rely on them heavily until you make it to Phase 2 yourself. Very crucial that you always have your Phase 2 or 3 associate on the 3-way call with you when you're asking these final questions. All right, if your prospect says they need more time, it's okay. Just use the follow-up script on page 9. Really, no big deal. Just set the next exposure and follow-up time and follow through. All right, skill 6. We're almost there, guys. Stay with me. Skill 6, step 4. 4 steps to simple duplication. Here they are. When your new associate enrolls, you read them the script on page 10. Okay, that's the script when new associate enrolls, and get them started right. Send them a customized welcome email. There's the template right there, associatewelcome.teamdsi.info. And then the new associate, they have to do what you're doing right now. Watch the fast track video, complete the do your part checklist within 24 to 48 hours. And then they have to set the 2-hour fast track setup session with a sponsor. That can happen all at once or in 2 different meetings. During that meeting, the first hour is to complete the fast track setup checklist on page 6. The second hour is to do a power hour, to make calls and texts to the top 20 with your script, and while the sponsor is present and supporting. Okay, you will not make calls without your safety net because you need that support. Please don't do that without your sponsor. Also, you're going to schedule your first Usana mixer on the calendar. This is the best strategy you can do. Combine the two. Schedule your first Facebook private online party. That's optional. Some people don't do Facebook, but if you do, that's highly recommended. All right, now I want you to read this with your sponsor. We're not going to go through this together, but set the expectation. Really, if you succeed in this business, it's going to be you who creates that success, not your sponsor. And if you fail, it's going to be you who creates that failure, not your sponsor. Okay, so it's just things to understand that sometimes people blame their sponsor for their success or failure. And then the other thing is to become independent from your sponsor as quickly as possible. So people also get addicted to their sponsor. They want their sponsor at everything. And after you learn the skills, the goal is to basically in those first 90 days to learn it all and to apply it all to where you just do not need your sponsor anymore. Because even requiring someone else's schedule is very difficult. So read that entire part out loud. Your sponsor will read it to you and you initial there. All right, we made it to skill 7, promoting events. Now there's some ways to promote. First of all, it is your responsibility to attend events. Lead by example. Commit to 4 big events yearly. Don't just post or announce. Make individual calls, solve problems, figure it out, and promote. When your team members like have something that come up, or they need to find childcare, or do it, help them. Do whatever you can to help your team members go to these events. And of course, you need to be going to lead by example. But this is the highest paid skill. Attending events, it does something to you when you meet other people and you're in an environment for a weekend. Okay, so we go to 4 events, one every quarter. The first quarter of 2017, just mark your calendars, is January 12th through the 14th, 2017 in San Antonio. The event is called Challenge You. It's an amazing weekend, and the info is at that link. The second quarter event will be the Usana National Celebration and Gala. That will be to be announced in April of 2017 is the event. You can visit that page for updates, the us.teamdsi.info. The next big event is International Convention, and that's August 24th through the 27th, 2016. You see how it's a different color. That is because International Convention is the most important event of the entire year. It's a 4-day event, and there's people from literally all the countries. Canada, thousands of people from Canada, thousands of people from Mexico, thousands of people from Asia, thousands of people from the United States, all in Salt Lake City. Dr. Oz has spoken at our last 4 international conventions. You'll obviously hear from Dr. Wentz, our founder. It is the most crucial thing that you go. I can tell you that nobody who has ever made a full-time income and gotten to phase 3 has ever done it without going to convention. So again, I can't tell you how important that is. Make sure you register immediately for that. And then fourth quarter event is GoPro Recruiting Mastery, and that's December 1st through the 4th. 2016 in Las Vegas. That is a third-party event. That is a non-USANA event. It's actually great because the only people they allow on stage are people making $100,000 per month, not per year, per month. So you want to learn from the best of the best in our industry, you go to GoPro, and I will be at all of those events. And that's just what we do. So make sure that you attend events, major events, and not only that, but get your team to attend those events. When you build your rookie library, again, 15 minutes a day. GoPro is the first step. You want to get that book and do your 15 minutes there. Get the next book would be Rock Your Network Marketing Business by Sarah Robbins. It's a great book, and it's from a female perspective as well, so really important. Women are actually 80% of the 6-figure earners in our industry are women. So you want to know how to deal and work with women, not just if you're a man, but I mean, everybody needs to read both of those books. Making the Shift by Darren Hardy. That came in your BDS, by the way. That stands for Business Development System. Building Your Network Marketing Business, Jim Rohn. Business of the 21st Century, Robert Kiyosaki. And subscribe to networkmarketingpro.com for free. So you just go to that website, pause the video, go and do that. All right, so now it's the Do Your Part checklist. We made it. Okay, so please complete each of these steps before you meet with your sponsor. Number 1, print this fast track manual and watch the video. We've probably already done that, so you can check the box. Next is get your master notebook. We've talked about that. Please handwrite your Hot 100 names list. More is better. You're going to be adding to this list. The reason why we have you handwrite the list is because you put notes next to it and you keep track of it. And I've tried to do it all digitally, and trust me, I know technology, but nothing helps me stay more organized than having it handwritten. And also, I take pictures of it. I send it to my sponsor. We discuss our Hot 100 names list as we work these lists together. Also, identify the top 20. Okay, that's your dream team. And then purchase the GoPro book. All right. And then lastly, this is important. Watch the 25-minute business plan video to understand exactly how to earn $1,000 per week and beyond. And the video is that link there, plan.teamdsi.info. Take notes. Okay, when you go to that link, you're going to see Brett Etheridge, who's actually friend of Team DSI. His team is called Thrive Team, and he created this video, and it is the best thing I have seen to explain exactly how you can get to $1,000 a week in your first year. So please watch that and then take notes with this document. It's in your fast track manual on page 17. Just take notes while you watch that video. You will understand exactly what it will take. It's all based around the 221 DMO. Literally, I was so excited when I saw that. So that's for sure something you need to do before you meet with your sponsor. Now, when you meet with your sponsor, here's the plan for the 2-hour fast track setup. You guys are going to go through this whole list. You will need all 2 hours. This can happen all at once or in 2 different meetings. So just, you guys will go through this. You'll read it together. But after this, you're going to be unstoppable. You're going to know exactly what to do, and you're going to be doing it. And, we've had a lot of people get their first clients literally through their videos on their first meeting with their sponsor. Even associates, setting up your mixers. We've had clients and we've had associates set up their mixer. One of our best team members, Renee and Megan Martinez, they set up a mixer within 2 days of meeting with me, and they literally enrolled, I believe it was 4 clients, their first mixer. And that actually happens a lot. But they made their first paycheck, et cetera, et cetera. So you want to take action quickly. All right. So you'll be doing that with your sponsor. You will graduate to phase 2 when you become a Usana achiever, with that first $400 check. That should be like goal number 1, is get to phase 2 so that you can be that expert for somebody else. You will see on page 7, there are scripts to succeed every day. We're not going to go through them all in detail, but I do want to make something clear. Never memorize these scripts. Just read them to your prospects. You see there in the red box, it is 100% okay to read these scripts in front of your prospects. Check your ego at the door. You do not have to be perfect. When your prospect sees you having fun and reading scripts, they will believe they can do it too. So just enjoy the process and have fun with it. Literally, that is the key. We read these scripts, literally, we hold the book and we read it in front of our prospects, and they laugh, and it's funny, and it's perfect, because then they're like, well, I can do this too. So again, this is a crucial key. These scripts that are there, you'll be using them over time. Your sponsor will be guiding you through those, and that's what we do on a daily basis. All right, guys, you made it through. I'm very excited to hear from you. I look forward to seeing your success on our team Facebook pages, meeting you in person at one of our events, and just hearing about your Usana experience. I want to encourage you to get your Do Your Part checklist done as soon as possible. And I look forward to meeting you at one of our events and hearing all about your success. Thank you for attending.